Are you a podcaster who is struggling to make sales or to make enough sales, even though you have a podcast or a long form method that is growing? Don't worry, today's video is for you. I'm going to be going through the 3 common mistakes that I see people making when it comes to sales and marketing. And the great news is these are super easy to fix. I'm Stephanie Gass, and I help people grow online businesses through podcasting that actually make money in way less time. So get your notebook and pen, reheat your coffee, let's go. Are you ready to grow your online business, make consistent income, start a successful podcast? Welcome to Online Business for Christian Women with Stephanie Gass. It's time to grow, girl. So the first mistake that you're probably making is that you're not actually selling directly on your podcast. So you're delivering great content and you're giving it away and you're sharing and you're shining and your episodes are absolutely amazing, but you are not clearly selling. And this is one that people don't usually recognize that they are doing. They think that they're casually mentioning it. They're afraid of coming across as overly pushy or as salesy or promotional. But the truth is your audience will never know what you offer unless you tell them. And we've got to be told very quickly, very clearly, and also with that very specific link or place to go. How many of you are distracted? You're watching something on YouTube or you're listening to an episode while you're doing something else. If somebody tells you, yes, I have clients and I help them with blank blank, but they don't actually tell you how you can become a client or where to go to check it out, why would you stop what you're doing to go and find whatever that link is that they are mentioning? You've made it just really hard. So here's the easy solution. I want you to include clear call to actions or CTAs in every episode. Whether it's a free coaching call, come and take my quiz, or come and download my checklist, or come and join or apply for my program, you have got to make it known this is the thing that they are going to do as their next step, and then this is where they go and get it. We've got to give it to our audience clearly and with intention if we ever want them to take action. All right, the second mistake that you are probably most likely making is you're overloading on the free content without tying it to an offer. You might be pouring out endless value right now, but if you're not linking it to what it is that you offer as the paid solution for people, your listeners are not going to connect the dots. Let's say you just did a series on mindset. It's super valuable. You gave so much away. You gave them homework and everything, but you did not tie it to why your mindset method group coaching program was going to be the next step to help them have the tools that they needed to actually get the transformation. We cannot pretend or hope that our people are going to get a breakthrough from our free content and then magically just assume that we have an offer that's going to help them. Again, highly distracted, very, very busy people. We have a lot going on in our lives, and we are just not going to go and do the deep work to figure it out ourselves, right? We have to be told clearly. So you want to think about how this piece of content that you're recording on your episode is going to naturally lead and link to their next step that is a paid offer with you. For example, if you want to have a meal prep episode, like 3 tips to meal prep in 30 minutes or less this week, be sure that you're telling them inside the episode, if you loved these 3 tips, remember that I have the meal prepping mastery method that you can come and purchase at blank.com, where I'm going to take you through my 3-step process to meal prep. You're going to download all of the menus, the customizable meal prepping time block schedule, and I'm going to coach with you every single month. Head to blah.com. So now we've tied all this free content to the offer in that same 10, 15, or 20-minute podcast episode. And it's going to help our listener know that we have something that's going to help them. Let's stop creating so many hoops for our people that they have to jump through when they really, truly just want to work with you. Let's make that easy. Here's how you work with me. Very blatant, very direct. The third oversight you are making that is hindering your ability to make really easy, seamless, and scalable sales is that you're not addressing objections on your podcast. This is the one that I'm probably the most guilty of. I do a great job telling people how my group coaching program helps them grow their podcast, get visibility, make profit from a coaching business or a course. I help them understand how my program gives them a team and the steps and the plug and play templates for email marketing and messaging and the Pinterest. Like, I'm constantly able to clearly sell on benefits and even on pain points. I clearly articulate the links that people need to go to check it out, to apply. But what I often fail to do is speak to the objections or the reasons that my ideal avatar, my lead, is not actually buying. I've got to address these things head on, and so do you. These are concerns about potentially time. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time for coaching. Maybe money. I don't have the investment, or I shouldn't invest in this. A lot of times it comes down to the belief that this thing is not actually worth investing in, or they have shame or fear around investing in it, or fear of failure, being afraid that it's going to be successful, that it's going to be worth it. So your audience is going to be thinking something along those lines. Is this really for me? Will this work for me? Etc. And here's what we don't want. As online business owners, we do not want people to stay stuck in indecision. I want someone to know, to decide in their mind and in their heart that I am the right mentor for them to grow and scale their podcast and actually make serious, fruitful profits for the kingdom of God through their work or through their ministry or through their business. And I want them to use podcasting because it's what saves them time, it's what saves them money, and it's what allows them to have all their hours back into their life. Freedom from social media, yes and amen. I want that so much, but if my person keeps thinking about, is it for me? Is it not for me? I'm not helping them make the decision, which then helps them and empowers them to take action to get the money together or to make the time to go invest in the program. So a disservice that I am actually doing to my audience is not helping them make the choice, this is for me or this is not for me. And I want you to be okay with either one. It's all right if you are not for everyone. So let's be bold. Let's be intentional with addressing these indecisions, these sometimes excuses, I'm sorry, not sorry, and sometimes the things that people are just really afraid of when it comes to taking the next step into your program. Look, here is an easy solution. You can start weaving these objections into your content by the use of, let's say, testimonials. So if somebody leaves a testimonial about how they were afraid to invest with you, but when they finally did, they had X result, you are going to be able to kind of indirectly address that objection without just straight hammering somebody, because I know sometimes that's easier. You can also use storytelling. This is my favorite because I mess up all the time. So I love to speak to the fact that I used to duct tape my business together. I personally used to head to YouTube University and try to create all the things on my own, try to make random courses, and obviously nothing sold well. It was all over the place. I was completely saturating my audience with too many solutions. They were frozen in buyer indecision because I had given them way too many options. I was doing everything the wrong way. And so I learned that I had to invest in a mentor. I just told you guys a story. So that's a beautiful way for you to weave in objections, is by using your own storytelling. And the last hack that I love here as we address objections in our messaging is to just do FAQ style. So you can just hit your audience with, so many of you have said blank, right? So this might look like, I don't have time to take your program right now. Let's talk about that. So instead of creating 4 to 5 hours of content a week because you're making different content for Pinterest and different content for social, and you're making a reel, we're going to completely eliminate all of that extra content creation. And we're going to focus on one podcast episode that gets repurposed in 4 different places in less than 2 hours a week. Now you have time to show up to the group coaching call with me. Boom, problem solved. There's an example for you. So take their objections and you can just Q&A style right there inside of your podcast episode to alleviate these fears and frustrations for them. So there you have it. There are the 3 selling oversights that you are most likely making. But the great news is they are super fixable, and I believe in you. If you want more strategies to start making sales, come on over and check out all the ways that I can help you at stefaniegass.com/resources. I have a free podcasting checklist. I have a business builder checklist, how to actually grow an online business step by step. I have the link to a free quiz, whether you should start a podcast or not, and so much more. Again, that link is stefaniegass.com/resources. And hey, speaking of selling, if you have been searching for and praying for a group coaching program that is all immersive and encompassing and tactical with the exact steps of how you can grow and scale an online business and spend less time doing so in a way that is really God-honoring, surrounded by a group of kingdom-minded entrepreneurs who are actually making really big, amazing success in their businesses, I invite you to come and check out my group coaching program, Podcast to Profit, which is 6 months long, and it helps you monetize a podcast, scale and grow using evergreen, effortless strategies like Pinterest, repurposing your podcast episode potentially on a blog or even here on YouTube, and so much more. It's an incredible, incredible group coaching program that can help you reach your goals in the next 6 months. That can be found at podcasttoprofitmastermind.com. Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell for more videos just like this so you don't miss it. Lastly, if you haven't checked out my podcast, it is Online Business for Christian Women. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts, you can also just look up my name, Stefanie Gass. Thanks for being here. I'll see you again soon. Bye.